kind of, she's just touched it and she's gone off about he's damaging all that nonsense. But you can hear about it from the mannerisms, from her voice. She's just violating my man, taking the piss. There is no imminent danger. That she's not. She doesn't feel what's it called?
Vulnerable.
It's just a violation. You know what I'm saying? How you bring a man to your yard and then you're just basically like humiliating him on socials for clout, for money. Like, it's just a long day. And the thing that annoys me the most, yeah, because obviously we always have these conversations about, man versus woman and all of this nonsense. But this is where honesty and the truth needs to be at the front and center of everything, yeah? If the shoe was on the other foot and there was a man that was doing these type of efforts, the internet would lose their mind, yeah? Look at the amount of ladies nowadays that we see that are boxing man taking the piss, blah, blah, blah. Yet when a man does it, yeah, what do they call him? The Tinder swindler. Da, 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 da. Like, what are we doing here? Like, you know what I mean? It's a violation. And at the end of the day, this lady is not going to be, no one's going to come and say to her, oh, stop doing what you're doing, or authority-wise. She's going to continue to do it with the assistance of these pagans. Like I said, what we need to do is take it into our own hands and ignore her. As simple as that. Like, let the man them know what's going on. Obviously, post on the socials, let people know, because there are people that have done that, where they've exposed her and obviously made it known that this is the type of stuff that she's doing in order to safeguard men in general. But it is up to us as individuals and as a community to put this woman on blast, because what she's doing don't make no sense. Not only is she putting herself in danger, because if she meets the right one, it's going to be plastic bag season. If you know, you know, yeah? But like, it's just a case of she's putting herself at risk, she's putting the men at risk, and she's putting the community and relationships at risk as in general. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is.
Well, big up yourself to Will.i.am. Has anyone else got anything to say? Is it who else got anything to say?
I've got something to say. There's a lady in the comments who seems to understand what Micha's point of view. I just think it would be interesting if she would come up and give her a different view.
Yes. What's her name in the comments? We can bring her up if someone wants to bring her up. Is it NAJ? Go ahead, NAJ.
I mean, the stuff she's doing, is she cheating them, or is she just using them? What? I know she's meeting random men, and I've seen the video of the BK men that she was trying to like embarrass or whatever, not like, you know, slander his name. But is she just like doing special stuff with them, or is she just taking them into the home and just embarrassing them?
What she's basically doing is just taking them in the house and just, you know, violating them in whatever way, phoning the police and lying to the police of her feeling vulnerable, of her, you know, she takes items and hides it and doesn't let them leave the house. It just depends on how she feels and what she feels. There's many videos of different things that she's gone out there and done. Someone did say, rise me and let me say something about whatever, but they haven't.
I'll drop for her. I'll drop whoever.
All right, big up yourself. Thanks for coming up, man. Big up yourself for that. Someone did say, come up in the comments if you did say that you wanted to come up, you know, and say what you wanted to say about this lady.
Can I have a say? It's Degantics, please.
It's Nella. How you doing? Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. I say from 1 minute, Zoe. I say from Nella. Go ahead, Nella. Happy New Year. Big up yourself.
Sorry.
1 minute. Go ahead,
Hi,
Nella.
everyone. I just make it quick and brief. I make it quick and brief, and then I come down. You know, as a woman, it gets frustrating because people are using social media to create a toxic environment, and it's put some of us women in a position where it's difficult. It's bad enough the dating world is difficult. It's making it difficult for men to be their authentic self. It's making it difficult for men to approach us, whether in public or on social media, because for someone to do that, and I'm not going to use mental health loose because I don't think she has any form of mental health or anything as such. I feel this, like, you know, she's jumping on the social media bandwagon. She wants to create this toxic environment. And I will never forget when I was doing my media course at university, my lecturer said social media is going to become so toxic that humans are going to create so many different personalities that no one is going to seem real or genuine anymore. Everybody's just going to have a persona. And I just feel she's starting something. She's creating a trend that is not healthy for men and it's not healthy for women, you know, and fair plays to her. She's using it to her advantage. You know, she's doing this, she's getting the view, she's getting the recognition she wants. But if we feed into people like this, if we don't, let me rephrase it, if we don't feed into people like this, they won't have nothing to show or give. People like this, I think when we comes to, we need to identify toxic recognition from healthy recognition and not feed into it. Because if we, right now, she's happy about doing this, happy what she's doing, because we're feeding into it. We're giving her a platform, we're giving her views, we're giving her everything that she aims to get. If nobody was paying her any mind, she probably would have tried something else. But upon her making it, it's not good, because it's going to become later on down the line a disadvantage for us women, because men are going to be scared of us at one point, where they won't be able to be themselves. They won't even after a date, if you invite him over for a nightcap, he's going to be like, oh, I got work the next day. So she's kind of creating an environment where men are going to start treating some women very differently.
Could I add to that? Could I add to that just 1 minute, please? 1 minute, 1 minute. The reason why I would say, I do, with respect, I do agree with what you're saying. But the reason why I would say that we're not really giving her a platform like that is because all I am doing is making other guys that ain't really aware of the internet like that, and other guys that don't really see things like this, because everyone's got a smart device. So if everyone don't know how to use their smart device, there's many people that might watch this or might share this out to their mates that could have come across this woman and could say, whoa, whoa, whoa. When they do see her, let me just allow it, because there's many people that don't see the face to put the face to the name to know what this woman's about. So if we speak about this woman and someone somewhere that ain't good with computers can see this face in front of them, can be like, no, I heard about that woman last week. No, you're not any good. So I'm not giving her a platform to, boost her up. Big up all the gifters. All I'm doing is putting her face out there to let many people aware of what this lady's about. You know what I'm trying to say? So she can't be sitting there thinking, oh, they're talking about me, because all you're doing is you're bringing guys back to your house and you're doing what you're doing with them, and all your videos are negative. So there's nothing good spoken about over here. It's just about change your life around and, make a better of yourself, because you're not only disrespecting ladies, you're disrespecting men as well, because you're making ladies seem like what they're really going through could seem fake and people won't believe them in the real life. And you've got guys that are sitting down for people relying on them, and then, they're sitting down and they're innocent. So either way, you're both disrespected either way. But it's crazy. It's sad to see that there's a lady out there like this, you know what I mean? But big up everyone that's here though, man. Trust me, I'll mute.
And yeah.
Go ahead. Is it BJ? Go ahead, BJ.
Hey, sweetheart, you're right.
Yeah, I'm fine.
I couldn't do that, me, because, I sit on my own 24/7. I have got bad mental health. I've got bipolar, PTSD, I've got it all, and I'm disabled, and I've got lung disease. And I could never dream of doing what she's doing me. It's like everyone's saying, if it was the opposite way around, they'd be arrested and in jail till it's, you know what I mean? It's 100%. Just wrong.
100%.
It's nasty to do this to herself as well. I couldn't degrade myself, me.
Sad to see.
It is sad. The fact that she's not got nobody to talk to apart from these men that she's dragging in.
No, she does. It's just the world thrives on negativity. Negativity sells. Passive sells. We can all see this objectively on this app. When there's productive stuff going on, the numbers are low. As soon as there's pass or there's argument or people are cussing each other out or there's a little bit of controversy, the numbers shoot up. And that's all done by design, because society in itself is sick beyond belief. You know what's there? Because when she's doing these type of nonsenses on the live, people come onto the live, start watching it, they'll be commenting, laughing and joking, encouraging, all that nonsense, gifting. Right now, we've gone from positive reinforcement into negative reinforcement, where when you do something bad, you get rewarded. And that's what we're seeing on this app. Do you know what I mean? So realistically speaking, it is where it is. You're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't. All I would suggest to people is, obviously, when Antics and other people like Antics are doing lives like this, use it as an opportunity to learn, gain information, and do your thing and act accordingly. Because realistically speaking, there are going to be a small minority of people that are doing what they need to do in a morally productive way. And then the majority of people are just going to be doing a bag of nonsense. So you need to decide and choose what side of the fence you want to be on, because that's the type of energy that we have to be having moving into 2025. You pick your side and you run with it. It is what it is.
Most definitely. Someone just said she's got a sister, NJ.
Shoot out of here, darling, because you got Mr. Pope in the comments wanting to try and frighten me again, and I'm not having it. So I'm going to jump out the box, okay? The only problem he's got is with my daughter and my son-in-law, who are quite big on the app, but ain't been on here in about a year. So Let him come in the box. Let him say what he wants about me. I'm not bothered anymore. 2025, I'm not letting anyone on the internet get to me. So goodbye, Mr. Pope, and I'm dropping out. Can you kick me out, please, babe? I can't be doing with that.
There's no need for him to come in at you though, sweetheart, just because you've got a son and a daughter-in-law on here. I've never done a live, me, and I would never do a live because of that reason. For people coming, do you know what I mean? But if anyone wants to know anything about me, they're more than welcome to ask me. But I could never dream of doing that to myself and degrading myself so much like she does and smiling about it. I don't get it.
It's sad to see though, man. It's just like, okay, there's many things.
It upsets me.
Many things that a woman can do. There's many things that a woman could do out there, and you choose to go out there, meet guys, and go back. And it's okay then. People say that she's copying someone and she's doing this and she's doing that. That don't make it plausible because two wrongs don't make a right. Do you know what I mean? And she's grown enough to know better. Yeah. But because she sees that a person, so you're willing to go out there and ruin other people's lives just for you to accumulate money when there's many ways that you can even sit at home. Is that what you're doing? Tap on the screen and make a bit of money, but you're willing to go out there and ruin lives. And not one life, because when you ruin that one, that person's life, you ruin his family's life as well, because they've got to look after that person, whatever situation they're going through.
Yep, and it's their mental health that nobody's thinking about either. And somebody, sorry to butt in, NJ, somebody called why Dadam 777 has just wrote in the comments, nobody would do you. Grow up, you pathetic human being.
Crazy, man. It's crazy.
Wow, pathetic comments like that. It's like, get a grip.
It's crazy. It's so sad. Like this lady's just willing to go out. It's like she definitely has a plan, because like somebody said, once, twice, what, 3? Now, come on. And this woman's repeatedly doing this, going out there and meeting people, going online, meeting people, inviting them back to her house. And then she's, phoning the police and acting as if to say she's vulnerable in whatever situation it might be. She might take the guy's phone and won't let him leave. And, act as if to say that, he's violating her household and doing whatever she's doing. There's many videos of this woman doing a lot of things to black men, and she's going out there and meeting them and bringing them back home. But then she's lying about it. Do you know what I mean? You can blatantly see, why is she recording it and put it on the internet? And she's targeting certain men.
Sorry to butt in. Why do you think she goes live with Marcus Ends? Because she wants to be Marcus Ends, like he said before. And she starts dancing on camera, and it's like, flash your hand to say that you're alive, otherwise the police are coming. And it's like, nobody should even have to say that. But hasn't she took people's mobiles off them before, apparently, what I've heard?
Yeah, I was playing the video. Obviously, I've played it enough now. I know people's ears are bored of it, but I was playing that video just now, and it's worrying. Because if a guy wants to go, let him go. Why haven't you taken his phone? Like, come on, that's just like, say for instance, that was me now, and a woman wants to go and I've taken your bag and I'm hiding it. Like, come on, like, I don't get it. If a woman wants to leave, let her leave. Like, what are we doing here?
Like we say, it's not one rule for one and one for another. It should be the same rules for each gender.
Facts.
Yeah, but it's not though. That's the thing. But you see, back in the days where they used to say that, obviously, X Factor, you had like an X Factor starter kit, where if you wanted to make it big, you'd have the comb over hair, the guitar, and the skinny jeans, and blah blah blah. Those memes there, yeah. Same thing with TikTok. If you want to make it big on TikTok, there's a TikTok starter kit where you basically have to be tapped, be an idiot, do madness, blah, 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 and do whatever you can to get clout. That's the TikTok starter kit. Everyone you see us getting gifts, they're doing a bag of nonsense, you know what I'm saying? So this is where the whole morals comes into play, where you have to identify and ask yourself, is there a line that you won't cross for fame and fortune or for whatever? If you're one of these people that are shameless, cool, do your thing, but just know that obviously there are going to be a large proponent of, or a small proponent of people out there that ain't going to F with your content, you know what I mean? So it's up to us to starve the energy of these tapped individuals. As simple as that. But yeah, let me up still.
100%, man. It's true what you're saying still. It's crazy though. I don't understand. And even if you wanted to act and you want to be like somebody, it's crazy how there's people out there that want to be like somebody. But all right, then give and take. There are people out there that want to be like people. All right, cool. Why is it that you want to, disrespect other people though and belittle other people to get to that place? If you want to be like that person, try and meet that person in the real life and go and be around their real life and try and, be like that. Why are you violating other people and, disrespecting other people's lives because you want to be like another person? That doesn't make any sense. There's a way of how you deal with things, people, man. Seriously, come on, man. It's
got crazy. No content apart from that, has she?
Say again, sorry?
You've got no content apart from getting guys into a flat, has she? That's the thing.
And that's worrying, because to see that there's one out there to only feel that she can only get content from inviting guys back to their household. That's crazy, because again, she's even putting herself at risk. Because like somebody said, what if she invites the wrong guy back to her house and then the guy's like, wait now, you think I don't know what you're doing, and then bish, bash, bosh, and then goes left? What would you say then? Many people will be like, oh my gosh, rare, this, that, and so forth. But this was a young lady that happily invited her back to his household, and because she's keeping up this nonsense. So she's not only putting other guys at risk, she's putting herself at risk. And she's got family members. She's got people that care for her. When you're doing things on the internet, people, just remember you've got family members. You've got younger ones that are watching. Once, remember, internet is a blueprint. It stays there forever. You can't get rid of it. Like in 5-10 years now, your nieces, your nephews, your children, your sister, even your daughter, they're going to be able to watch this. And are you going to be able to answer the question when they ask you, like, right, mum, auntie, or sister, why did you feel it was acceptable to do that? What answers could you give them that's going to be plausible? Because this day and age, for this here, I don't see any great answers.
There's no answers.
It's sad.
Bruv, like I said earlier, it's a case of society is sick. And don't get me wrong, she's a problem, but the people them are worse. And the thing is, what she doesn't realise, yeah, is that because of people are so like mashed up in the head and tapped, yeah, they're looking for more grandiose situations of Passer. So these times she's doing this, then obviously the views are going to start dying down. Then I guarantee you what will happen is this will go, we'll get one of these guys, let him flipping Clark, she gets pregnant, then there's going to be issues that raise up the numbers again. And it'll be like, oh yeah, I got pregnant by this guy. Bruv, that's how it starts. And then it's just continue with Effrey, and all of a sudden the baby's popped out now. Then the pagans get their hands on the kid, and then there's issues with that. Then there's another life that's mashed up. These people just don't, bruv, everyone's wanting to live their short-term gratification lifestyle, and no one's thinking about the further future. No one's there. These people are tapped, and it's like flipping the people them that are the viewers are even more of a problem than the gal herself. Because like I said, when it comes to issues and pass and blah, 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 if you starve it of energy, you got, so especially on the internet where you're not physically with that person, if you have an issue with someone and someone's cussing you out, if you don't reply, eventually they're going to stop. Why? Because they're not getting the desired reaction from you. You know what I'm saying? One or two things are going to happen that are going to stop, or they're going to continue getting worse and worse and worse and worse. And at that point, you just remove yourself from the situation. Then they can't do it no more. And eventually they'll get bored, because at the end of the day, they're not getting the views, they're not getting the attention that they want, and it's just long for them. They just move on to the next person.
That's it. So
it's what it is, man. It is what it is.
Let's hear from Ellen. Ellen just dropped. I was just about to say, let's hear from Ellen still. It's crazy. Still, Ellen, you might as well come back up, because obviously I was just about to ask to hear from you still. Ellen had something to say there. I was going to ask for the hear from them.
My bad. Yeah, no, people then rise up, and I'm going to mute up still.
That's cool, but that's cool. Still, obviously, if you've got something to say, you got something to say. But obviously, Ellen did want to rise up, and it is what it is. You can come back up, feel free to speak, people, because just like I said, people need to speak about this, especially the ladies as well. Ladies, you need to feel free to come up and say what you need to say, because remember, she's not only violating men, she's violating you lot as well. Do you know what I mean? Because, this woman's, trust me, man, I don't need to say too much. But anyway, is it Lash? Big up yourself. You just come up. Big up yourself.
Daily, can I speak, please?
Go for it. Go ahead. Welcome.
Hello. I want to just say, there needs to be more rights for men. There needs to be more laws for men. And everybody that's saying about mental health, she's vulnerable, autism, that's an insult to that category of people. At the end of the day, there's one word for her, and she's a hoe, to put it blatantly. She's a hoe. She's sleeping with different men every night of the week. She's not looking for a relationship. She's just loose.
I hear that still. I hear you still. Big up yourself.
Do you know what I mean? That's to me, that's it in one word. Do you know what I mean? There's no vulnerability. The only vulnerability there is the men. She's making the men vulnerable. She's putting the men in danger, not herself.
Well, that's true. That is true still. Definitely, I can agree.
Obviously, I know there's certain man them out there that will be getting violated, vulnerable, but let's be real. Them man, they're looking for green card. They're seeing a big white lady. Let me get in a relationship with her, breed her up or whatever, get a green card, and then obviously do whatever, blah, blah, blah. So there are trade-offs in both situations, but at the end of the day, the lady's putting herself in a position where she is essentially condoning this Effrey or potentially being used.
Can I just say one thing?
Nonsense. Definitely. We got go ahead, Stacey.
So what it is that I'm single, right? And I live. And if I want to sleep with random men, or 2 at a time, 3 at a time, you know, as long as no one's getting hurt, I'm entitled to that as a single woman. But what she is doing is that she is doing it for TikTok. And she's rushing into these guys, bringing them over, and not actually getting to know them and knowing who they are or their background. It's just literally random strangers. Mine aren't random strangers. Mine are just friends with benefits. So I think the fact that women who sleep with, you know, different men, you know, at my age, I'm 40 now, and I don't want a relationship. I've had enough. I'm done with men. I've had enough. I don't want a relationship. But, you know, we're all human at the end of the day. But what she does is that she does it to a different scale. And I don't feel sorry for her. I really don't. And she is going to get into danger one day. Okay. She is going to get into danger one day. And, you know, there's nothing that we can do about it. And it's not really our responsibility. She's old enough and ugly enough to know what she should and shouldn't be doing. That's all I've really got to say about it, to be honest.
No, I hear you, Stacey. I hear you. Big up yourself. Obviously, someone in the comments is saying, I want Stacey, but obviously, it's crazy still. Someone in the comments said that straight away, so big yourself
Protect
up,
Lucy's front.
Oh, God, that's going to get the messages, aren't I?
No, they're going to get a hell of messages from people like, yep, Stacey, what we say, what, all right,
the DMs are going to be popping.
I'm telling you, now pick yourself up. But sometimes that's what I'm saying. But this is what I'm saying, people, as well. With respect, yeah, we're all adults, and no one can't pardon. Tell anyone what to do. You can do what you're doing, but do it respectfully. And you know, who am I to say what and when? But what I'm trying to say is, you have a young lady here that is bringing people back to their house, vulnerable. No men, and that is making a situation that looks vulnerable, and it's all fake. It's all staged. If you're a woman and you want to bring, you know, Tom, Dick, and Harry back, then you go ahead, do it, live your dream. No one is disputing that.
But it's the way that she throws them out at the end.
That it's just when
like,
she's precious.
That's dangerous.
And this is what I'm saying. It's crazy, like, and it's dangerous on both ends for the women and the men, and for yourself.
Don't get me wrong. I've been in certain situations where there's someone where I didn't like him, and I was like, this is a bit off for me. So I text my friend and said, you need to ring me in a minute and tell me that there's an emergency.
What's it called again? 1 minute. What's that thing called again? What do they call? I forgot the name for it. There's a certain name that they call it. There's a certain name that they call it. Carry on anyway.
I don't know, but she called me, and I was like, oh my god, I'm really sorry. I got to go pick up my. Sorry, my son. Pick up my.
Stacey, can I ask you a question, please?
Yeah.
So what's this then? So you see that you said, yeah, you, with your mate. So say for instance now, as an example now, say for instance, all right, then I came and met you, and you didn't like me, yeah? Are you saying that that's it? I think it's a red flag. So you would send your brethren a red flag, and then she will phone you and say like, get you out of the situation, and then you end up telling me to go or whatever. Is that what you're saying? Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, that's the sort of friend where. But to be honest, I don't really put myself in that situation.
Right.
I get to know a guy quite well before I do any of that sort of stuff.
Okay.
So it's not like I wouldn't message someone and go, right, come over in about half an hour, and I've only been speaking to him for an hour. It's not like that.
No, of course, I hear that.
Like
I hear that.
So,
of course.
To be fair, you know, probably back in my 20s, yeah. I mean, now, no, but
right.
I mean, I'm 40 this year, so I've got a lot of years on me. So now I'm a bit more wiser, older and wiser, as they say.
No, I hear you. But then with respect as well, then you've just even heard your people that, you know, she's even said that there's times where you can even meet guys and not like them, which means that there's also guys you can meet and, you know, not want around.
Yeah, but the thing is that she's getting around, and they're expensive. They're not coming over there to talk, and she knows that. But if they come over and then she's chucking them out and she's not giving them what they want, they turn nasty very quickly. And that's where, you know, and also she's humiliating them. And these are men that you're not going to take it kindly being humiliated.
That's true. That's true. I was going to say, that's true. With respect. 1 minute, Stacey. Let's give someone else. Yeah. Let's give anybody else with respect. Has anyone else got anything to say? Because obviously there's a lot of people in the panel. Right?
I'm gonna shoot off because I've got little one and he's just being a nightmare. So anyway,
that's okay.
Great
big
chat,
up yourself
guys.
For coming up.
Bye.
Big up yourself. Big up yourself for coming up, man. It's appreciated.
Hi. Sorry, William, you requested me. Sorry, I declined before because I was just doing something. But did you want me or something?
Torian's in.
Yeah, I wanted to hear your perspective still.
Torian's in. She gets everywhere. Jesus, Torian, you get everywhere, darling. Do you know what? I'm going to sit here and listen to you. Because you've got to say, you've got to let you have your say, darling.
It's a
Amanda,
long day.
respectfully, you look like the Hunchback of Notre Dame. Don't ever chat
Fuck
to
off.
me.
You ain't got a
Lord
clue what I look like,
mercy.
darling. Go look after your
Anyways,
child. Go look after your child.
oh, here we go. Go look after your child. Why are you? Why? Can I just...
No, stop.
Wait, no, wait,
Sorry.
hold on. I'm not going to
Go
stop
ahead.
because you
Go
just
ahead.
mentioned my child. Just 1 second.
That's
Let me
true.
just
That's
address
true.
this, yeah?
Go ahead.
I don't understand yet when people... This is just a prime example. I didn't say that. I greeted everyone. This woman tried to say her little snide remark. I added her back and then she proceeded to talk about my children. Look after your children. Now, I'm a mother. I'm also in a very much of a co-parent relationship with my with my children's dad. And I don't think it's any of your business for you to know what my children are doing, whether they're next to me, whether they're not. I don't know if you're a convicted peddler. I don't know if you like children. I don't really know what it is. But baby girl, don't come for me if you don't want me to come for you, because you go low and I will go to hell. Don't ever mention my kids and you look like that. You look like my back foot. Idiot. Anyways, I don't care. Telling me to go look after my children, you're mentioning why have you gone there? Don't go there. Respectfully. Anyways, as I was saying, I'm sorry, you rose me up. Is everything okay?
Yes, I rose you up because I wanted to hear your aspect on the situation. I'm not 100% sure if you know this woman or have seen it, but what's your take on it?
Listen, this woman, I actually came across her before everyone. I would actually go live with it. I'd go live with this woman on a constant basis, not because I stay on the live to make sure that the men are okay, because she keeps doing weird shit. The woman's tapped. Like, she's not vulnerable. Like, this woman has attacked her own parents. She's been convicted for it. Like, she's just, I don't know, but she's not vulnerable. I just think she needs to leave the black men alone. And why I'm saying black men, because it's only black vulnerable men that she brings in, and it's mainly African men that she finds and brings them to her house, gets them drunk, and then decides to kick them out in the middle of the night. And sometimes she don't even get them drunk. Sometimes they don't want to do what she wants to do, and then she'll start going off on live and saying, oh, well, you got to leave, and abuse them and stuff. Or she'll hide their phones, like she'll hide their mobile phones so they can't leave. She does weird things.
Is she sorry to cut you, sis. Is she cheating these guys because obviously when you said about they don't do what she wants to do, are you talking about the sexual thing or?
Sorry, say that again, Will. Sorry, I got a phone call. Say that again.
No, it's cool. So in terms of, when you said that obviously she kicks them out if they don't do what she wants to do, are you talking about the sexual way, or is she cheating these guys?
Both ways. Some of them, this is the thing, I don't know if she has an actual relationship with them, because when they're there, she just sits on live and they'll be in the living room doing their own thing. But she'll also come on live. Like the other day, she was on live and she was singing. She was like, oh, I've got a next victim. She was like, I've got a next victim in my house. Like, she was proper singing it. So that's how I know this woman's not vulnerable.
Wow. That's crazy though. Like, you start saying people, we're hearing songs. Come on, man.
Yeah, like she sings songs. That's what I'm saying. I've been going live with this woman. Come across this woman for about 5 months now. I've been going live about her. I've been trying to spread awareness. I've been doing that. But obviously people are only getting wind of this now. But literally about 3 days ago, she was singing in her live. It was me. I was in my own live. She was in another live. And then I think it was NJ. It was someone else. I think it was NJ that was in his live as well. And then she started singing, saying she's got a victim in her house. And some of them are married. Some men that go there are married. It is wild.
Watch this. With respect, sorry to cut you both. With respect, obviously, people tap up the screen. It's appreciated. Obviously, it's Daily Antics 1 for my podcast. But watch this. I'm going to play the video one more time for the new beginners that's just followed, because, like I said, there's people that's obviously just jumped in and obviously hasn't heard the video. So this is how she is, people.
What did he just say? No. I said you asking a question. You asking us a question. I'm not the one. You want to know what happened. I'm asking you.
Why are you shouting? I'm not shouting because my neighbors will just call the police.
Sorry. Please, I'm not shouting. I'm saying you should explain to her what happened.
He's shouting and my neighbors will call the police.
I'm not shouting, please. Please, I'm not shouting. Can I have a postcode for your name address, please? Okay, give them your postcode. She want the postcode. Hello? She want the postcode.
Postcode to what?
Your home address, please.
Why mine?
That's where you both are. I'm not safe, yeah. I'm not safe, please.
You're not
I
safe.
understand you don't feel safe, sir. That's absolutely fine. Yeah. But the thing that I might not feel safe either, so I just need to get some officers there just to defuse the situation. Okay, yeah. Tell them your postcode. She's talking to us.
Wow.
Can I have the postcode, please? I don't know the postcode, please. If she can give you. Okay, that's fine. I'm speaking to her at the moment. No, she's not saying anything. She's there. She don't want to talk to you.
Mad, sorry, it's the fact that the man is saying that he don't feel safe, and the police officer's approaching.
She's talking past him. She's talking way past. She's like, listen, I know, but could I still speak to her, please? Hang on, the guy's saying she's not speaking.
They don't care, bruv. They
She's
see
not
it, bruv.
speaking.
Like, if you listen to the way the conversation's being had, yeah, the one on the phone, is the way she knows what she's doing. The way it makes it seem, yeah, as if like my man's there. He's basically keeping her stum and trying to keep off the information. When she asked, "Can I have your postcode?" The girl was like, "What for?" And then the woman was like, "Because we need to know where you are. Like, if you're in danger, if you feel like a peak situation, brother, you're gonna be leaving the house yourself, or you're gonna go to a neighbor's yard, or you're gonna be giving information or call them." She's just doing the most.
Watch this.
That obviously these people are gonna come and mash it up.
With respect, watch this.
She's not.
Okay, let me, sorry. So let me see.
Now, this woman has not said nothing cool now. She's just sitting there waiting. All she's got to do is tell him the postcode to go. Just to tell the police. This is the police. So if she's not telling the police the postcode, who is this guy standing in front of her? You think she's going to tell them? Tell him. He wants to go. She's got something of his and he wants to leave. He's saying, could I go?
Guy's smart,
not allowing him to go. Anyway,
the guy is smart.
Harry, 1 minute. Let's hear from Harry though. Big up Harry. Go ahead, Harry.
What about?
No, Harry just likes to come in. He's calm. Harry's all right, man.
That's all right. No problem.
Yeah. But I was gonna say, that was the only man, out of all the men that's been in our house, that actually had chat for her, And imagine one time another man was in her life and she left to go out the room or whatever, and I spoke to the man and I was like to him, listen, this woman does this all the time, just leave, say anything to her, just tell her you need to leave. I was like, you got a family and that? He was like, yeah. I was like, listen, just leave. And then literally she came back about 2 minutes later. He was like, so I want to leave. And she was like, why? He was like, no, I need to leave. So sometimes, people might think, people go on live with these people for clout, But on my side, I generally don't. I generally see these men and I think, nah, this woman is wicked. This is a type of woman that will call out grape and a man ain't graped her. You get what I'm saying?
It's about...
She's been racist, Now she says that she's mixed race. She's attacked her own parents, There's an article about it. And now, even on the article, they address her as a man, innit? So people are trying to say that she used to be a man before. That's neither here nor there.
Yeah,
I don't really know. That's neither here nor there. I don't really care about her sexuality. But realistically, we don't know who this woman is. This could be a woman, a man, dog, cat. We don't know.
It's so sad.
Who is this about?
This is about this young lady here that's just, inviting guys back to her house. And when she gets them back to her house, she violates them. She calls the police. She lies about what's going on. She might say she's vulnerable. But what she does is she will take an item off a guy and, she will basically hide it and act like the guy wants to leave. And because she's got his item, he can't leave. But then she starts recording him and acting as if she's acting as if to say she's vulnerable. But anyway, 1 minute. What I was going to do
was out of order.
Play another video for you guys. But 1 minute.
More things, sorry. She hides their belongings as well. Daily antics.
The thing that there's people in the chat saying that obviously these are big men. Why don't they just leave? Yeah. What you need to know and understand, you have to understand the current climate that we're in at the moment. This guy that was talking and called the feds was very smart because had he just up and leave and cut, at any point this woman could turn around and say, he done this to me, he raped me, he did that. We're seeing a massive spike in this effort at the end of the day. Yeah. And this guy, bear in mind, this guy wasn't even recording. So and we only know about this because this woman, let me keep it respectful, this woman incriminated herself, But we have to know and understand that if you're a man and you're in the situation, you can't just up and leave. The best thing for you to do is wait until the feds get there, so there's a documentation of it, so she can't come and give no false allegations. You damaged this, you done this, you done that. You know, that was there. And if you are a man and you're in this situation, pull out your phone and record everything, because unfortunately in this world, if you're a man, you are seen as an aggressor, and without that video evidence or that audio recording, is her word against yours, and they're gonna side with her. You know, that was there. You look at this situation that we're talking about now. There are more situations where you have, like, maybe there's a kid involved, and a woman will turn around, he's an AB user, whatever the case may be, family court, you're done, you're finished. You know what I'm saying? So the ideal situation would be, don't put yourself in a position in the first place. However, if you find yourself in a situation, make sure you're recording, and 2, stay calm, and 3, just let the feds come in and make sure that there's a record so you don't get like done at. You know what I'm saying? But make sure you're recording at all times.
Wait, can I say something quickly? Yeah, it's easy to say that though, but you got to understand, yeah, a lot of these men that come to our house, English isn't their first language. England isn't their first country. They are very, like, they don't, a lot of these as well, you got to understand, she has different ways of collecting men. So she's on different dating apps. She goes out to the bar and she buys men drinks, yeah. She, how else does she get them? But she's got different ways of getting to these men, like, and some of them really do not know what the hell they're getting themselves into. Luckily enough, that man the other day that was calling the police, luckily, I don't know if he used to watch her, like, I don't know if he's been through the situation before, but he obviously knew what to do, you get what I'm saying? But a lot of these men, they don't know. They don't know. Like, they're not from here. They're not born. Like, they generally do not know. And you got to understand, like, when England is not your first country and your first language, when there's a woman that's accusing you of taking her house keys and threatening to call police, a lot of these people get like what, they don't know what to do. You know what I'm saying? So it's I don't know, boy, but
crazy. It's so crazy, people. What? You know what's mad? But anyway, just before I play the next video, people, like I said, I've been in for a little while, so tap up the screen, people. It's appreciated. And like I said, my podcast is Daily Antics 1 on YouTube, so go and give that a follow, a like, and subscribe. We're going to be speaking about much more things like this and getting people up to come and speak about things on the podcast and what I said live on my TikTok. So like I said, people, with respect, this young lady here is out there inviting young black men to her house. Yeah. And when they get there, what she's doing with them is, she's taking items off of them, and she plans out what she does. It could be, it could be her keys. She might take the guy's phone. But anyway, I'm going to play her videos where she's taking a guy's phone. And, a guy's looking for his phone, and she's basically saying that, she can't find the phone with respect. But tap up the screen, people, with respect.
And we emphasize on the black men, because it's only black men that she brings to her house. I'm sorry, like, a lot of people are like, oh, but it's all men. Yeah, it's all men. I hear that. But in this situation, it's not, because it's only black men that she brings into her house, and she knows what she's doing.
And with respect, people, definitely, as well, like to add to that, as you see with me, I'm Daily Antics. I've got no problem with no race, especially if you know me already. I'm all for it. I ain't got no problem with no colours. We're all the same. We all bleed. We're all the same. We're all human. With respect. You know what I mean? But anyway, this is the next video that this woman is sadly, yet again, disrespecting somebody yet again within our community. You know what I mean, people? It's sad.
Yeah, Antics. Antics has been a pleasure and all. I'm going to bounce now and let someone else.
Big yourself up, brother. Big yourself up.
Yeah, man. Big up. Love.
Big yourself for coming up.
Do you know what I think? I think everyone should have equal rights with each other. And also, I think everyone should have, definitely have equal rights, and also show a lot of sympathy between others and other people's opinion, like on other people's race, like whites and blacks together and something like that. Equality is the key.
That's true.
Yeah, you, Alicia, you're amazing.
Can I just add one thing that worries me the most? Is somebody said that she's in LinkedIn as a nanny. Just let that sink in, please.
She's what?
She's on LinkedIn as a nanny. Just let that sink in. That's all I wanted to say.
See what I'm saying? This gets deeper and deeper. See what I'm talking about? Do you see what I'm saying, people? Like, she's now, this is what I'm saying. It's sad to hear. But anyway, let me play the video for you. I mean, for the people that's beginning to hear. This is the one about...
Can you ring, Kim, can you ring his number, please? I'm not coming off. Why would I come off live? Oh, please. I don't feel safe right now. I've just rang it. We heard it ringing. It's just pretending he can't find it, guys.
I'm pretending I can't find it.
Well, lift the sofa up then. Yeah, lift that cushion. Because if you were led there, it was probably there. Guys, if I had it, I would not be letting him do this to my whole furniture, would I? Realistically. It's just ruined. Like, do you know what I mean? Lifting up all my sofa. I'm only doing it.
Now, someone would have said, the reason I stopped it, someone would have said that she sounds vulnerable in that one there. Now, what I'm trying to say is she's got his phone. She's got it. If you see the rest of the video, she's got his phone. And this ain't the first time that she's done this. This ain't the second or third or fourth or fifth. This is someone that goes out there consistently and does this. Does that make sense, my people? So all I'm saying is, like I said, I'm not here to belittle anyone or talk about anyone, disrespect anyone. All I'm saying is this woman needs to stop. People in the real life, if you know her, speak to her and have a word with her and ask her, like, why is she doing this? I just need to stop. So sad to see, man. It's crazy. Has anyone else got anything to say, though? Is it Amanda on the top? Because obviously, when Toran came up, Toran was going at it, but obviously, you did bring up the child, which was irrelevant. But what I'm trying to say is, have you got anything to bring to the topic of what's on the screen? Anybody?
No. This woman. Yeah, at first, I can't lie, I was saying that obviously, as a grown man, why are you going to a woman to her house? Because I know men, like, very wary. They won't just go to anyone's house. Or why go to this woman? Like, do you know what I mean? But then obviously someone did say she's very calculated on how she does it. She'll go to pubs. She'll basically buy drinks for men and put them in that state where they're not actually thinking straight. So I hear it. Yeah, and then after hearing that recorded, I don't know if this is a woman who knows she's sick and she puts it on TikTok so that everyone can see that she's sick. I don't know if, like, that's her way of saying, hey, can you help me stop? I don't know why she does it. So, yeah, I'm a bit confused. I'm going to think about it and get back.
You're giving her too much credit, girl.
You, sorry.
But the thing is, in terms of the situation, realistically speaking, like, let's be honest. When a girl invites you, especially when it's different if the girl's going to man them yard, yeah, cool. If a girl's inviting you over to her yard, more than often it means one thing. So of course, especially in 2024, where majority of 18 to 30-year-olds are still virgins, they ain't getting there to tun that they normally would. And let's look at the caliber of the men that are in the videos. They're not exactly Specs Appeal, flipping Jason Statham, Jason Momoa type, blah, blah, blah. You know what I mean? So of course they're going to want to go there and cheat. So it is what it is, you know what I'm saying? But realistically speaking, the girl knows what she's doing, and obviously, currently, I think she's in the chat as it is under a different name, Yadim 777. So if you want to rise up, come up. Obviously, you can have a conversation, explain yourself. No one's going to cut you up or talk down to you, whatever. Give us a perspective of why you're doing what you're doing in it. You know, no one's there. Don't just be in the comments doing the whole Twitter thing.
I honestly do think, though, the more people that are doing all this, like they did with Ems, and she's on the Mr. Madness on Facebook, it's just making them more famous. It's great for them, for the views, because it builds everything up. They just love it. So I don't think it's going to do any harm to any of them. It just makes them even more famous on it. So anyway, that's my opinion on that one.
If anyone has this young lady on what's called TikTok, share the live out to her. Let's see if we can actually get her on the panel and have an actual productive conversation and see if we can even get her to like repent and change her ways, which obviously I doubt that's gonna happen, but it is what it is.
Well, anything can happen this day and age, but this lady needs to be responsible for her actions. Because the reason being is because, like I'm saying, it's not only that she's doing what she's doing.
It's disgusting. I agree.
She's not only doing what she's doing, she's bringing disrespect to all other females around us. Do you know what I mean? Not only that, she's bringing disrespect to us males because, think about it though. She's allowing them to, she's intoxicating them. Well, she's not intoxicating them because everyone's adults and everyone thinks themselves. So I don't want to put certain things out there that she's not doing. So she's not putting the drinks to their mouth. But what she's doing is, she's making them enjoy her time to where they're allowing themselves to go back to where she lives. And like we've happily heard, she lives in, she lives 3 hours away out of society. I mean, not out of society, but out far to where people don't even know where they are. And like we happily hear, we've not heard 1 or 2 people or 3. We've heard them saying that they want to leave. And if it was a place of where, you know, you can just walk out to the main road, jump on a bus and bish, bash, bosh about your business, then we all know how it could be. So it must be a place of where it's forests and hedges, and we've all some place at some time been in a place to where we're like, raw, this is some madness. This is a madness to get out of. So it does seem like she lives in a place like that, and she knows that. And this woman seems very calculated. Does that make sense? So, you know, it's like she's watching movies and watching internet and doing things, and she's playing it out in the real world, because if you can see what she's doing, she's targeting certain guys. She's bringing them back to her house and she's doing certain things. Do you know what I mean? So I would say that she's planning it. Do you know what I mean? It's not once or the second or the third. This is the 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8th that she's been doing it. This is a plan. Like somebody said, she's coming up and she's trying to, you know, act out another person that she's watching on the internet. And she's doing live.
Does she have kids or anything? No.
So not that I know of. Not that I know of. Not that people know of. Big up the gifters, man. It's appreciated. Not that I know of, because every time that she's in her lives, she hasn't got no children there. Having said that, someone did bring something up that was what was common sense, was if she did, there will be social services involved ASAP, because obviously she is on the internet doing this. But yet again, even if she doesn't, say if she's got children yet to come. You know what I mean? They can then watch this in the next 10 or maybe 15 years and be like, "Right, Mum, what are you doing? Was this how you thought you can conduct yourself?" What would be the best answers to tell them? You've got nieces, nephews, you've got sisters, you've got brothers that are out there. They could be watching this right now thinking, look at my sister on the screen and this is what people say speaking about you. Why couldn't it be a productive conversation about you? Why is it that you're being negative? Do you know what I mean? It's crazy to see that people's got family members and don't even care about their family members and their loved one. Like, think about it, you know, and you're ruining other people's family members and loved ones' lives by doing what you're doing. Come on, people, man. We should be responsible for our actions, and someone needs to speak to this person if they know in the real life. I'm just being honest. You know what I mean? It's crazy, man. Has anyone else got anything to say, though? Because I can speak on for years. I can. I promise you.
Yeah, I know, but do you know what? They do it because it pays. It pays. And that's it's like internet prostitution sort of thing. Do you know what I mean? It's all pay for them, and that's all they're looking at is the dollar. They don't think about the consequences.
The things that I see that people's willing to give up their, you know, it's not like their freedom, but the things that I'm seeing people's willing to, you know, go. I mean, the amount of people that's willing to go low for this dollar nowadays is crazy. People want to go so low for a penny and a pound now. It's like, where's the self-dignity gone? Where is the self-dignity gone, though? That's just like someone saying to me, listen, mate, dress up in a dress, wear high heels, put lipstick on and run down the road. Do you think I'll give you a bag? Are you okay? Like, get with it. So much people will be like, yeah, I will do it. And again, 10 times, I want 10 bags. People, where's your self-dignity? Come on. This is reality. This is real life, you know, people, seriously. People, and this is what I'm talking about. People like to, you know, gift and pay for other people to see negativity in other people. If we see people doing something negative, we should be quick to be like, whoa, slow down. What are you doing? There's people that know this person in the real life. You know what I'm trying to say? This is someone's sister. This is someone's daughter. This is someone's... Like, are you telling me you can't even chat to your sister and be like, whoa, slow down? Because if my sister's on the internet doing mad things, I'm going to be like, whoa, what are we doing? What are we really doing? Everyone's adults. I do know that. You can't stop someone. If they're destined to do it, they're destined to do it. But at the same time, you need to get into her head enough to let her know you've got family members, brother, and what you're doing can have an effect on us, on our younger ones. Do you understand what I'm saying? You might not have children, but you got a niece, you got a nephew, you got a sister, you got a brother. I hear that your niece dropped you. I mean, your sister dropped you out yesterday. Why are you willing to allow your family members to drop you out, all to be on the internet, just for a penny or a pound? So you're telling me money means more to you than your family. Sorry, welcome. Welcome, Rose. I'll call you Rose if that's okay.
That's okay. Yeah, no, I just wanted to say, imagine if it was a guy doing it to women, society would view it very differently.
100%.
No, yeah. It's always been like that, hasn't it?
Yeah, that's what's really worrying, actually, because, it would be
some men like that do it behind closed doors, love, and that's the truth.
Yeah.
That's true. What if it was men? But it even makes me angry that the victims in this story are men. Do you know how angry that makes me? Like,
they are victims. Yeah, that's true. They are victims, to fair.
I feel like because I've got a son and he's getting older, when I hear these stories, it just makes me so upset. 'Cause imagine if that was my son and he's trusted you and you've allowed, like, you've brought him into your home, and a home is supposed to be a safe place. And then you're
100%.
Trigger warning though, ladies. Trigger warning, everyone, yeah? It's true though. Seriously, you've got a son, you know, and he's talking to a woman on the internet, and she's, you know, he's getting on with her. They're okay, and then he, you know, she invites him round, and he goes round to his house, and then he's saying, "Nah, do you know, he's not feeling her. The energy wasn't the same as it was on the phone." Remember, two people can speak on the phone or on the internet, and it's not the same when they link in the real life. Say for instance, one minute. Obviously, 1 minute. With respect, obviously, now let's have it right. So, say for instance, he goes and he meets her now, because remember, you know, two people can get on the internet and not get on when they go and meet each other. And then now she takes his keys or his phone or whatever, and then he's saying he wants to leave, and then she's saying, "No, you can't go." Think about if this was your son, you know. Like, think about if it was your son, your nephew, your cousin, or your people. We need to look at it like that. Seriously, put yourself in the shoes of, bro, what if that was my son though, for real, or my brother, or this is a woman that is happily willing to just see your brother, your niece, your nephew, your cousin, just happily see him go downhill. Why? Because of her gain. And what's she really gaining? Pennies. Really though, come on, man. So much people can be like, oh, guys shouldn't be so desperate. And cool, okay, I get that, but come on, we're living in the real world. We are. There are guys out there that might be like, well, you know what? Why can't I get a quick little leg over? We're living in the real world, people, man. But that don't give her an excuse to then act how she's then acting. Come on, man, people, man. That's with respect. Do you know what I mean? Go ahead. Go ahead.
That's why you have to have them. I've got a 15-year-old son, and that's why you have to have them conversations with them about women.
But watch this though, Rose, with respect, yeah. Even if we sit down nowadays and we have the conversations, yeah, I can sit down and say, look, son, just look out for this, and look out for that. Yet again, this is a woman that's on a dating website. This is a woman that goes out to clubbing. It's a woman that might go out to a pub. Now what you need to understand is there's women that will grow up there. There's women and men that will grow up their child with the best of telling them the best. But then what if your son is out there now and he's been drinking, he's got his drinking goggles on, she comes along, oh, hello, babe, do you want a drink? Bish, bash, bosh. He says, oh, you want to finish off the party back at mine? 9 times out of 10, a guy's going to be like, you know what, babe, let's go. So I could have raised my child with the best of my ability to where he knows women like that. But, he's drunk a bit of, he's got intoxicated a little bit. The drunk goggles are on. She's invited back round, bit of music in his ears. Bish, bash, bosh. And then she's got him recorded now on the internet, belittling him. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? It's just too much.
You know what we need to do? We need to get her in a room for the domestic violence DV victims. I'm one myself, and you can tell that she's never obviously had a man hit her, because if she did, she wouldn't be doing this. And let them tell her, get them to tell their stories to her. And I tell you what, she probably might change her mind on what she's doing, because, when you're being beaten on a daily, right, and then you can just tell that she obviously hasn't had that shock factor yet, I don't think. And when that does happen, she's going to cry. She's going to cry. She's going to, play the victim, unfortunately. Well, she will be the victim, but it's sort of like, well, we warned you. Do you know what I mean?
100%. It's emotional abuse, what she's doing, isn't it?
Of course.
To the men, yeah.
I'm gonna be brutally honest. When it comes to individuals like this, yeah, they don't care. They're gonna continue doing what they're doing, because if I'm gonna be honest, big up to the ladies then, because obviously you've got Torian, big up to Kez. There are ladies out there that have obviously tried to hold her accountable, put a light to the situation, and the same behaviors are just happening over and over again. When it comes to these situations, the only way this stops is if you take away the support unit that allows her to do this F3, which is obviously the feds and so on and so forth. But unfortunately, that's never going to happen, because, like I said, these situations, although they're bad, the police and the state and all that stuff will benefit financially from these F3s.
Watch this. Let me add to that though, yeah, because obviously, Stacey, you did say that. Obviously, sorry to hear that you've gone through the DV stuff.
I'm all right now. I got out of it just before lockdown.
Big yourself up for that, yeah. Big up yourself. But what I'm trying to say is, this young lady shouldn't have to get to that stage in life before that makes her stop. Do you know what I'm trying to say?
But that's the thing. You don't know.
One minute, Stacey. Obviously, sorry. She should know. That's okay. She should, know things along the way that's gone on. She's a grown woman. Things have happened to people. Do you know what I'm trying to say? She shouldn't have to allow herself to make it get to that stage of where a guy has to put his hand on her, because yet again, that's still putting both people at risk, because that guy's put his hand on her. That's a case. And then obviously now, you know, I mean, and then she's now put herself at risk because now she's vulnerable in whatever way she's been harmed in. Now, what you need to realize is it shouldn't have to get to that. It should be this young lady, you know, being responsible for her actions, nip it in the bud and allowing it, because she's got family members and she's not just ruining her life, she's ruining her family's life, because they've got to answer for her when we see them in the real life. There's going to be people that know her family members in the real life. What's your sister doing? What's this? She's ruining their life. She's not just ruining theirs, she's ruining hers. And then she's ruining the man's life that she's bringing around them, because they can be affected now. What happens is that guy is now affected. The next woman that he goes around, he ain't going to trust as much, because now she's now affected his mind to now go to another woman's yard. So then this is why we have an effect of where guys are now looking at every woman with evil eyes now, because this is the kind of effect that we're being affected by, if that makes sense. It's crazy, man. It's so sad.
Well, lucky enough, I don't think that, you know, I think the majority of women that are not like her outweighs the women that are like her. So I think that, you know, unfortunately, it's the same with women, you know, sometimes you get a load of nice men and there's that one, they don't come with a sticker on the red going, I'm an abuser. You have no idea. I had no idea when I got my ex-partner that he was what he was at all. He love bombed me from the beginning. And completely, and it was only 8 months into the relationship, and I was with him for 5 years. 8 months in, and that's when the abuse started. It didn't start straight away. You never know with these. You never ever know. So she only needs to invite that one man over that's got that. My ex used to have trigger words. If I called him something like needy or something like that was a trigger word. And then there were certain words I couldn't say because I knew if I did, I was in danger. But she doesn't know these men. They're not going to have written on their head, I beat my ex-girlfriend. You know, she doesn't know, and this is what, and it's more, you know, her safety as well, which I'm, you know, more concerned about. But obviously, the emotional and men, you know, on the men's side, I do get that they are in a vulnerable position, and it's more than likely the way that it's gonna go is she's gonna end up hurt more than these men coming away and treating the next woman the same as her. I think that next woman's the same. I do get that, trust me, but I think it's more swinging towards the way that she's gonna get hurt one day. That's just my opinion.
100%, without a doubt.
It's just, you know, she's not going to stop because, like me, you know, I'm one of them. I hold my hands up. You know you should be watching, but you just can't pull away. You just keep watching. I don't send her gifts or anything like that. You just watch, and you can't pull away.
This is what I'm saying. It's crazy because there's a lot of other people that are gifting it. I mean, gifting this lady and gifting the negativity. And this is what I'm saying. When other people are seeing this, they're going to think it's acceptable because, like somebody said, this lady is trying to follow another lady, which is Marcus M, which is doing something similar. And this woman I hear that she's making a bit of money now. So this young lady now is taking it upon herself now. And this goes back to me saying to people that what people see certain people do, they will follow, even though they know that it's wrong. So this is why I'm saying that people need to start making sense from nonsense and start drawing people out by speaking to these people, by letting them know that what you're doing is having an effect not only on you,
they won't listen.
Everybody.
There's no point. There is no point. I'm telling you that now.
Has someone said anything about what if a situation comes where she's going to put herself in a very bad, sticky situation where, because remember, she's dealing with men. Men are stronger than women. Has anyone stated that? Or am I just repeating?
That would be basically classed as accountability.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, it is what it is. When you cry wolf, unfortunately, what happens is that when it does come time where you need genuine help, you might not get it. And that is a consequence of your actions. You know what I'm saying? If you continue to lie to people and play games and mess around with people's emotions and mess around with people's lives, eventually it's going to clap back at you and you will have no one to blame but yourself. Not to say that she deserves that, but as a case of realistically speaking, if it ever was to happen, God forbid, it is on her. And the only person she can blame is herself.
And these women seem to think because they're on live, because they're on live, that they think that they're safe. They're like, well, I'm on live, I'm live streaming. That don't matter. That don't matter at all. You can easily rip the phone away. You can turn the phone off. You can, they can overpower you and take the phone off you and turn it off. Just because you're on live stream doesn't protect you. Just because thousands of people watch you, they might be able to get the police around there, ASAP. But he could do so much within that time. And her and Marcus are both the same. Oh yeah, but I'm live streaming it. What are they going to do? Trust me, they'll find a way.
How much
And
people?
something that no one's spoken or mentioned, yeah, because obviously we asked the question about obviously if she's being sexually active with these people, yeah, and obviously it's a likelihood that that's happening. The demographic of men that she's going for, obviously black, foreign, so on and so forth. If she is not using protection, the risk that she's putting herself in that alone, burn all the violence side of things, the sexual ST, you know what I mean, kind of situation. If she's not careful, she can get the HV real quick. And when that happens, are we going to be seeing a stage where she starts passing it on to other men out of anger or whatever? Like, where does this end? You know what I'm saying? It's a long day. It's a long day.
That is definitely true.
I think that's another. Yeah, I think that's going to be another probability.
And this is what I'm saying, people. So it's like one thing after the other. Big up all the gifters, all the followers, man. It means a lot. People tap up the screen. Like I said, man, I'm Daily Antics, one on YouTube. Obviously, you don't know my TikTok page. If you're a beginner follower, give my page a follow, subscribe. It will be appreciated. Like I said, I do this all the time on people that are doing things negative, bringing negativity to our screens. You know what I mean? And this woman here, like you said, we've been speaking about her for hours now, and she's out there and still out there on TikTok, one being, and many other dating apps, people. And she's inviting people back to her house. And when they get back to her house, she's violating them and disrespecting them, and phoning the police. Now there was a video out there when that there's police on the phone, and we all know how that goes, people. If police is asking for an address, but this woman's still sitting there saying, why do you want my address? What for? When there's a guy saying that he wants to leave and he needs the address to leave, and the police is even saying, look, the guy's saying he doesn't feel safe, he wants to go, but she's saying that she's just sitting there blanking the police and blanking him. She's not even giving the police the address. So that's just that. Basically, I'm not saying that she's basically kidnapped, but in a way she's basically holding him against his will because he wants to go. And this is a woman that will take items off guys. She might take his phone. She might take his keys. She might take his wallet. And obviously, if I want my wallet because I want to go, but she's happily sneaked it out of my pocket or sneaked it out of my, whatever way. How am I going to how could I just go? People say, oh, guys shouldn't be desperate. But we know how the real world is. But because I'm desperate, I'm not saying myself, me, but I'm just saying because guys are desperate, that means that a woman's allowed to violate them the way that she is. But this is a woman that's got sister, brother, mum, nephew, niece. She's on the internet doing all this. Why record it? Why is she pressing record to do all this? And then she's coming in singing, next victim, next victim, next victim. Why are you singing that song? So that means you're planning what you're doing. This is premeditated. Why hasn't anything else happened to this kid? If it was me, I guarantee there'll be a... Hello, mate. Are you in there, sir? Yeah, we just got to speak to you down the station, please. Yeah, can we have a word with you? Yeah, how comes nothing like that ain't happened? I don't want to say too much because loose lips sink ships, as we know. But how come this woman is still just there doing her thing? If it was me, we know how it will go. People, man, it's so sad that there's people like this out there. And think about if your son met a young lady and then he's phoning you saying, oh, mum or sis or brother, like I'm in a house and this woman's not letting me go and I've got to phone you on my second phone because she doesn't know I've got it and she's got my other phone. People, think about how you would feel.
I think because most of these men are foreign as well, I think that they're worried about getting police or something involved because they're probably worried about their citizenship.
All of that.
About putting that in danger, or they might be illegal immigrants. We don't know. Facts. So I reckon that's why a lot of them don't call the police.
And I'm so glad someone had brought it up because I always got to wait nowadays because you know how this internet thing works. Listen, people, I'm so glad somebody brought it up. Now, these people, what if they didn't have their stay? Someone would say, oh, well, they shouldn't be doing that. But then, we're living in the real world, people. Come on, man. These are people that might be over here for a little bit and think, well, do you know what? Boom, I've hit gold. And then boom, they might go back. And that doesn't give her the right. And that's the main thing. We don't look past the main goal of what we're talking about. We're talking about this lady that is violating men by bringing them back to the house. Doesn't matter if he's got his stay. Doesn't matter if he's here for a couple months. Doesn't matter if he's supposed to be working. Doesn't not matter. The main thing is this woman is using that as an excuse to do these things to men. Now, if it was me doing that to women, what would I be called? Where would I be? What would you not be saying about me? Would I be respected in any way? No. So why comes this woman's allowed to do this to men and it's not being spoken about? It's not being dealt with. This no one's not saying nothing to her. No family member said anything. No guys, bruv. If you're out there and it's happened to you, you can feel free to come up and say it as it is, All down to the family members. Don't you think that they do it? Don't you think your sister's doing wrong? Why don't you come up and put it out there and let her hear you speak through what's going on? None of you that are coming up. It's crazy. But anyway, like I'm saying, I just pray and hope that you obviously start speaking to your family members and let her know where she's going wrong because she could turn it around. I'll mute though, if anyone's got anything to say. It's sad, it's crazy though. I have to say it's sad. It's so sad. When is it gonna stop? When is she gonna stop? When she catches something and she's out of she's not safe anymore. When is it gonna stop? When someone violates her and she puts herself in harm's way? And it's her family members that's been speaking to her, if they are, that you're gonna have to rely on to look after you. When is it gonna stop? Remember, every guy that you bring back to your house, they do still have your address. Go ahead, the original.
I've had dealings with her before. This was probably like the beginning of last year. She was on this account on TikTok on another account. I can't remember the old name, but
is it ending 3777 by the chance? At 777.
So yeah, it was a while ago.
Yeah, she's in the comments. Yeah,
so basically, I ended up. She was on a live, and I'm just scrolling through TikTok, as you do, and she was just there, and she ends up saying the N word, right? And that was a couple of times she kept saying it. So I said to her, you can't say that, or it's in a song. I said, I don't care if it's in a song or what. It's in a song. So she ended up, me and her started obviously having like the to the fro and stuff. I ended up getting blocked off of her live and stuff, and then I couldn't go live myself for about a month. She ended up private messaging me, saying, oh yeah, you see you, da-da-da-da. Now, she had a young boy in the background, and he was probably it must have been about 18, 19. He looked young. And she was like, I can say the N word, can't I? Because I'm mixed race. And the guy, he looked so uncomfortable, and he was like, yeah. But he just looked off his face. He was just not there at all. And he just kept going, yeah. Like, he just looked so uncomfortable. And I told her in the messages, I was like, you see you? I said, like, at the end of the day, I see girls like you, which give decent women, like, a bad name. Like, why are you sitting there on live saying the N word? Her account didn't even get blocked or nothing like that. She didn't have her life restricted or anything. And she's saying this word. And I'm just like, why is TikTok allowing it? Why are other people allowing it? But yeah, like, she ended up getting my messages blocked as well. I had a month messaging ban. I never knew that could actually happen. And yeah, she and obviously she's had other men since. I hadn't seen her for ages since that incident. And then yeah, now recently I've just seen her face just popping up all over me FYP.
Big up yourself for coming up, and this is what I'm saying. This is someone that's had interactions with this lady now, and look what's going on. This is a woman that's got blocked for a whole month. Why? Because she's heard someone saying the N word, as you just heard for yourself. I don't need to repeat it, but look at what we're dealing with, people. Do you see what I'm saying? Like, this is what this lady's doing, and the guy looked no older than 18. So give and take. Say for instance, even 19, 20. Then the guy's a young child, and she's got him in the house, and only what we know. Because remember, we only see what what lady records. How much other recordings might she have, and she ain't put it out there, or how much things that hasn't she put out there? If she's with big men and she ain't telling the police her address with a big men there, what is she doing with a young child that's 20 or 18, 19 or whatever? What was she doing with them then? This can be your nephew, your brother, your son that this woman could do this to.
I want to be so raw, brother. I want to be so raw. When it comes to this situation, realistically speaking, the only people that are going to suffer in the long run are women and children. Obviously, men have been having to face false allegations for the longest time and all that nonsense. So we're used to being collateral damage. No one was there. Like, if a boat is sinking, women and children first. No one was there. But in the times we're moving into now, when them start, good men, I'm not talking about the dance bats, I'm talking about good men. When good men start saying, you know what, the juice ain't worth the squeeze, women and children are the ones that are going to lose out. And we're already seeing that in society as it is in general. Women are talking about, where have all the good men gone? Women are complaining that men ain't approaching them no more. Look at all of the nonsense that goes on with the whole gym thing, where girls would be talking about, why are you watching me, blah, blah, blah. Now, if a woman is doing a bench or whatever and she's struggling and she needs assistance, man, them are walking straight past, and gal them are getting unalived and serious injuries and all that. Does why? Because man, them ain't taking the risk of going to go help a lady and then end up on TikTok or social media for going to look at that. Yeah, it's just a long day, you know what I'm saying? So it's up to, when it comes to these situations, and I have been seeing the ladies them doing it, but it has to be the ladies them that are sticking it on these type of females hard body, because unfortunately men ain't listened to in the grand scheme of things as it is. You know what I'm saying? There are only certain male content like Antex and all that stuff that are speaking about everyone, but it's for the ladies them to stick it on these pagans and let them know that what they're doing ain't cool, and if they continue doing it, they're gonna get moved to it. It is what it is. So let me up.
Trust me, people, man, it's sad. Do you know what I mean? Because obviously, like I'm saying, anyway, I don't want to keep going on and going on, because obviously every goodness has to come to an end. And this obviously is a goodness that we're speaking about for this lady to know what she's doing. But it's sad to see that she's using men to try and gain her little funds. Do you know what I mean? Many people say, oh, we're giving this lady fame. But we're not giving this lady fame in the way of, she needs to be spoken about. Because think about how much other guys she might buck up into. Do you know what I mean? And they might just think, do you know what? Boom, they might be going back to a house to have a bit of fun. But then this girl, like this lady now, is uploading their face on the internet and, you know, speaking about them and doing things with them now. That's, you know, think about if I was doing that. How would you feel as a woman? I've invited you to my house. You know, I've taken your bag or your keys or your car key or whatever. You want to go and I'm saying, nah, you know what? You're not going. Then I start recording you. What? That's an ulterior motive to me. Do you know what I mean? I start recording you like, nope, you're not going anywhere. Like, please, man, let me just go. Like, nope, I don't care. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? Like, what? If you want to go, you want to go. Like, see you later. Have a good day. Like, take care. If anything, the guy there, you should be checking that the guy got home okay. Like, a good evening. That's what it should be, right? Like, she's happily telling the guy, like, she's happily not even willing to tell the police her address. What does that show you, though? That's an ulterior motive. So then what do we say then? Oh, the guy shouldn't have gone back to his house, but it's a young lady that he's met along the way out drinking and whatever. You've already heard that people you've already heard people say that this is a lady that will happily buy them drinks because she's got an ulterior motive. And then she comes in singing songs of next victim, next victim, next victim, and she presses live. Why are you pressing live then? Ulterior motive. Do you understand what I'm saying, people? Like, think about if it was your brother or if it was you. Like, you're in a yard and you're saying that you want to go and the person's saying no, and you want to go, but you can't go because the person's got one of your belongings or your item. How could you just get up and go? Especially if the person's taking you to a village or a place where it's hard to get out of, and we've all been there some way, somehow, or we all know about a place like that. Someone would say, okay, oh, don't just go and meet someone. Don't just go and meet someone. Okay, it is good to say, all right, then let's meet him in a public place first, and then from then on. And yes, that's the safe thing. That's the safe place for yourself. If you do anything else, okay, you got yourself at risk. But then there's other situations of where people might link up in the evening at night. They might go to a person's house. Doesn't mean that you have to go there expecting. Doesn't mean that you can't go there and present yourself in a productive way. Doesn't mean just because if someone's invited you around to the house, it means you deserve a leg over. It doesn't go like that. I could be coming to your house with the intentions for a leg over. It doesn't mean it's gonna go like that. But doesn't mean I've got to start recording you now and start, taking your items and start belittling you. Come on, people. I mean, that's crazy, bro. The society's already not safe as it is. Why have we got people like this adding more to it? Sad, man. So sad. Like, this is literally a nightmare. Like, this woman's on the internet, like, happily just on there, like, yeah, next victim, people. You know what I mean? Like, tomorrow's what, Friday? Who's to ever say what tonight she might bring in or tomorrow who she might bring in next? That's all it basically is who's next. What if she puts herself at risk? This woman's prepared to put herself at risk by happily just bringing any guy home. She don't know who she's bringing home as well. It's just great to say that it hasn't got to that unsavory space for herself yet. Because, she kind of sounds like in the upper hand. But what if she gets that guy where the guy's overpowering and the guy's not listening to knows what she's saying and the guy's clocked onto what she's doing? You've got predators that's out there that will prey on women like this. And be like, oh, yeah, okay, let me try and see where she is and put myself there and hope that she takes me home. Do you understand what I'm saying, people? I'm saying, listen, people, it can be a nightmare. And then what are we going to have now? Another young lady on our hands now, unalived, because she was out there trying to make pennies from a pound by watching somebody else. I've heard clearly on my panel, many people say, oh, why does people copy? Or if somebody else copies what someone else is doing, then they're an idiot. But here's prime example of proof of what I was saying how many weeks ago, coming on months ago now. There's many things that I do in the real life to try and prove points to people. But like I said, I shouldn't need to do that anymore. It should just be self-explanatory. Look what's happening here. This is a woman that's happily just out there doing things like this. Why? I'll mute up anyway, because I don't want to speak. Many people might have any other things to say. But if you don't, then obviously I'm just going to round it up and bring it to an end. But people, like I said, if you've got things to say, if this has happened to you, you can come up and feel free to speak about anything. You know what I mean? Trust me, people. It's crazy. Will.i.am, take over for 2 minutes if you don't mind.
Yeah, no, I can't, man. But yeah, people, man, it's just a long day, man. It's a long day. Like, realistically speaking, if a man was to do what she is doing, yeah, say for example, like flipping, you got a guy that would invite girls around to his yard, and she copied exactly what she did. So obviously cussing a man out, cussing a girl out, dissing her for her teeth, saying she's a buck tooth and donkey this and blah, 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 and then basically kicking her out of the yard at 3 o'clock in the morning. I don't even think the live would last. The live would get shut down before any of that was to happen. So why is it acceptable for a lady to do it to these freshies or what? It's just long, do you know what I'm saying? So it is what it is at the end of the day. But if there's any men that are on here that are listening that have had any shady dealings with her, the men in question on the video that are hearing this, feel free to come up or to give your anecdotal experiences. Any ladies that have had any like brushes with her or whatever, feel free to rise up, people, man, because at the end of the day, it needs to be spoken about, and then it's just a case of bringing awareness so people, both men and women, can safeguard themselves and their loved ones against that type of female, because it's just a long day, man. It's a long day. But yeah, Flavor, have you got anything to say?
Yeah. I was going to add in still, this is, and we did hear from people saying that, all right, then this is a young lady that got dropped out by her sister yesterday. Do you know what I'm saying? So her sister must have caught on to what she's doing, like, you know, saw what she was doing and said, no, forget this. So even if the sister's there listening, you could come up and say the reasons of why you dropped her out, because obviously you know her in the real life. Do you know what I mean? Big up the gifters and all the followers, man. It means a lot. Even if you can come up and say the real reason of why you dropped her out. Because if she's your sister, there's many other things that she could have been doing or done while you've dropped her out and pushed her to the curb. Because it takes a lot for a family member to say, look, this is enough. I can't do this no more. I'm done with you. Do you know what I mean? So if you've done that for whatever reasons you've done it for, or if you know someone, or if anybody knows that person, then like I said, reach out the live to them. Big up the heart. Welcome, man. Trust me, it's appreciated. People tap up the screen, it's appreciated. Like I said, my podcast is Daily Antics 1 on YouTube. Give it a follow, a like, and subscribe, people, because like I said, I'm doing nothing but greatness, and you're going to see much more of that on there. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? If, like I said, with my page as well, give it a follow, a like, and subscribe, because like I said, people need to be spoken about on a highly level, people. Trust me, it's a nightmare of what's going on out here. There are women like this that's violating males out here. Do you know what I mean? We do know there's males out here. We do know that there's males out there that are predators, and we speak about them a lot, people. So why can't we speak about the women that are doing the same thing? And it's sad to see that there's women out there like this, because like I said, she's bringing harm to herself. And it's just glad to say that we live in a community where there's no guys that sadly ain't got there yet. So it shouldn't need to get there for this woman to wake up and start understanding that what you're doing does not make sense. You're only going to bring harm to yourself. This ain't going to end well. You must have a family that you care about, or you must have family that must care about you. So ain't you going to like nip it in the bud for them? You can go and get a 9 to 5. There's many other things you can go and do rather than be out there bringing back men to your house and then hoping that you can make a content about that person for a bit of pennies and a pound. It's crazy, people, and it's so sad. So sad, man. Seriously. Then there's a person coming up saying that they was happily on a live, scrolled past and saw her saying the N-word multiple times. And then she ends up getting banned for a whole month. So it's like you can't win. You see people when they're doing negative. You say something positive to them and then they get you banned. What? Pardon? How? What's going on? I'm just trying to tell you positive stuff.
Yo, I just want to say thank you for doing God's work. And, you know, it needs to be spoken about. And thank you. You know.
Pick up yourself, man. Trust me. It's appreciated. Trust me.
Yeah, you too. I joined earlier, but it's good to see you're still like spreading it because it needs to be spoken about, you know. But yeah, thank you for doing God's work and God bless you and have a good day.
Pick up yourself, brother, man. It means a lot.
Love. God bless. Take care.
I know, brother. And this is what I'm saying, people. And that's all I do it for. Like I said, people, I need to make it clear and known that I'm not here to belittle anyone or put anybody down. All I'm saying is this lady needs to be spoken about, which she has been spoken about for a little while now. And like I said, I just want the message to get spreaded to her if we can, please, people, because she needs to stop what she's doing. It's a nightmare what this young lady's doing. She's pinpointing out vulnerable men and, bringing them into disrepute by, uploading their stuff on live, phoning the police, doing all sorts of stuff. There's many videos about this young lady, but if I did that, but shout out to the gifter, well, I ain't seen that one before. Big up yourself. Trust me, it means a lot. It's appreciated. But this is what I'm saying, people. Like we need to nip this in the bud. Seriously, it's a nightmare. If I was doing that to somebody, what would many people say? If I was to do that, how come, I mean, if I was to do that, my account would obviously, my account would be banned. How come she's still able to do that? Why come she's all right to get away with it? And there's many people that's out there. There's, like I keep saying, there's family members that are out there. Your actions has a reaction, people. Every action has a reaction. Karma is real. When you're doing all of these things to people, just remember, you're affecting their family members as well.